Hey everyone, it's Luke from SafetyWise. In this video, I just want to talk about the difference between RCA or root cause analysis and ICAM. It's a really common question that comes up when we're talking with clients and potential clients. So let's try and clarify a few things around it. RCA or root cause analysis is often just a broad brush term that's used for tools and processes to identify what caused an incident in simple terms. ICAM, on the other hand, is a complete investigation methodology and process. Now, the interesting thing about ICAM is you can actually incorporate other tools with it. So you can use ICAM as a standalone, and we do that very successfully for multi-fatality events through to near misses and so forth. But you can also include 5 whys with it. If you want to use it for risk management and so on, you could include bow tie really well. That integrates really, really well with ICAM. So just as an example. So that's the really quick difference. The other thing we also need to be mindful of is that many RCA approaches, and I'm going to use that term RCA, root cause analysis, RCA throughout this video, so just so you understand. For many people, they're really centered on identifying one cause. If you really understand incidents and how they happen, you know that's not the case at all. It's not a single cause. It's rarely ever a single cause. There's multiple contributing factors. And that's what ICAM explores. ICAM goes looking for contributing factors, and we would look at multiple different things. So, contributing factors could be centered around task and environmental conditions, individual and team actions, organizational factors, absent failed defenses, and so forth. And all of these are potential things that lead to an incident that occurred. So we're not looking for a single cause when we're using ICAM. We're looking for contributing factors, and we're looking for a suite of contributing factors 9 times out of 10. Very rare that we would find just a single contributing factor. I can't think of one ever that we've done in the history of the business, certainly in the time I've been with the business. So what we end up doing is when we look at an incident with an ICAM focus, we've got a far more complete and in-depth understanding of what's led to that incident occurring. It's not a single person, a single cause and so forth. There's multiple factors that potentially contributed to it. The other interesting thing about ICAM is we're not just looking at what failed. We're looking at what things should have been in place that could or should have prevented this. So that's organizational factors, and then what we call absent and failed defenses. And these are the real things. These are the real system things that we start looking for when we use ICAM. And that's how you build strong systems. You start looking at what organizational factors are in place and what absent and failed defenses occurred to allow that to get through the cracks, so to speak. I guess just to wrap that up, if you're looking for a single root cause, then you're going to end up with fairly limited corrective actions. But if you start looking at organizational factors and absent and failed defenses, you're generally going to start looking at more things to prevent that incident recurring. Or if it is going to recur, then to lessen the likelihood and the impact of it. So when you can really understand contributing factors and the fact that it's not a single root cause, there's multiple contributing factors to an incident, you really start to strengthen the business and how we look at things and how we focus on things and how we prevent an incident from occurring. And to me, that's a far more sustainable improvement in the workplace. Again, not a single root cause. We're looking at multiple factors. So simple terms, RCA, is a suite of tools, and there's a swag of them out there. ICAM is a single tool that can incorporate other tools, as I said, like 5 whys and bow tie and so forth. And it provides a complete framework for looking at the whole event. And it's not about finding a single root cause. If you're still going down this path of a single root cause, I'm going to be honest, you're wrong. As simple as that. I'm going to put that out there. There is no such thing as a single root cause when we go looking at an incident. It just doesn't happen. ICAM is about understanding the systems that we have in place or should have in place and may have failed and so forth, and how do we strengthen those. So that's the primary difference between ICAM and RCA or root cause analysis. Got any questions, got any comments, drop it in the questions or comments below.